In a world where uncertainty is the new normal, it's not enough to simply keep up. You have to rise above. Welcome to Beyond Distinction in Turbulent Times, the podcast where internationally acclaimed speaker and business advisor Scott McKain shares proven strategies to help you stand out, even when the marketplace is under pressure. Through stories, insights, and real-world examples, you'll learn how to separate yourself from the competition and create lasting loyalty, no matter what the economy is doing. Now here's your host, Scott McKain.
You know, a friend once told me, if you want to know what your customers want, just ask them. There's a problem with that. By the time you ask and they answer and then you react, they've already moved on. In this volatile economy, customer expectations don't shift gradually, they accelerate. What mattered most to them 6 months ago might not even make the list today. And if you're still delivering the same customer experience that you did last year, even if it was great, you may be left behind. Here's where so many organizations and professionals get stuck. They assume the customer they served in the last good year is the same customer they're serving now. They cling to processes, messaging, and offers that once brought success, believing that consistency equals stability. But in this turbulent economy and marketplace, consistency without evolution isn't stability, it's stagnation. What your customers are dealing with is uncertainty in their own lives and their own businesses, so they expect you to adapt with them, to anticipate their changing needs, not just respond when you're forced to. See, there's a speed gap in every industry. That's the difference between how fast your customers are changing and how fast you are changing. So if the customer's pace is faster than yours, that gap grows, and so does their distance from you. Your competitors are racing to close that gap, and in some cases, leap ahead. That means if you're standing still, even if you think you're doing pretty well, you could be falling behind. So here's the next key insight: listening beyond the words. In uncertain times, customers often can't articulate exactly what they want next because they're still figuring it out for themselves. That's why great leaders in distinctive organizations learn to listen beyond the words. So watch for emerging patterns in behavior, not just survey results. Pay attention to the questions customers are asking more often. Listen for the problems they bring up in passing, not just in your formal conversations. Often those subtle shifts reveal tomorrow's expectations today. We move to proactive customer evolution. This is where a principle that I teach, proactive customer evolution, comes into play. It means you don't just react to changes in your customer base, you forecast them. You look at economic trends and shifts in technology, cultural movements, industry developments, and more, and ask, how will this impact my customers in 6 months? What will they expect from me a year from now that they don't expect today? And then you start preparing now, so when that moment comes, you're not catching up, you're ready. So here's your action step for today. Identify 3 ways your customer's world has changed in the last 6 months, and one change that you anticipate might be coming in the next 6. Now, don't overcomplicate it. You can spot these shifts by reviewing recent customer feedback for new themes, looking at your sales data to see what's rising or falling, talking to your frontline team about what customers are saying. Now, once you have these insights, 3 recent changes and 1 forecasted, ask yourself, what do we need to adjust right now to stay ahead? Now, in our next episode, we're going to dig into one of the most powerful tools for thriving in a volatile economy, the kind of thing that can inspire loyalty even when your customers have other options. And that's the power of purpose and story. Because in uncertain times, people don't just buy products. There's something else at play. I'll see you next time.
Thanks for listening to Beyond Distinction in Turbulent Times with Scott McKain. For more ideas to help you rise above the competition, keep customers coming back, and thrive in any economy, be sure to follow this podcast so you never miss an episode. Until next time, remember, standing out isn't about being different. It's about being the one your customers can't live without. And for more information on his keynote presentations, business advising services, and more, check out scottmckain.com.